You are listening and watching Bloomberg Businessweek. So we've talked with the Dean of the Graduate School of Business here at Stanford. We've talked to some faculty, and now we've also talked to some famous alum, but we got to talk to the student body.
Oh, we've got a couple students here with us right now. Two current students in Stanford's Graduate School of Business. We've got Charlotte Meerstadt joining us, as well as Cengiz Cemaloğlu, both here with us at Bloomberg's, at our setup at Stanford's Graduate School of Business. You guys both have really interesting paths to getting here. Cengiz, you're from Turkey. Charlotte, you're from the Netherlands. Cengiz, I want to start with you and just getting into your journey and why you ended up choosing Stanford. Because when we do these rankings, I don't want to say we, because I actually have nothing to do with it.
I have nothing to do with it. But we have a team at Businessweek that does.
Yeah, I mean, Stanford's one of those schools that scores highest when it comes to compensation, networking, and entrepreneurship. So how do you think about those things when choosing a school?
Those are all quite important, but for me, actually, what was more important was what was going to grow me most as a person. What institution was going to make me the best version of myself that I can be and make me more introspective and be more attuned to what type of person I want to be, what type of leader I want to be. So I did anthropology and philosophy undergrad, actually, and worked a couple of years as an anthropologist, like kind of similar to being a journalist.
Worked here in the U.S.?
In Denmark, actually, at a Danish consultancy firm. So going around and helping companies and governments and nonprofits get to understand the people around the world. So I would go and live with children or consumers of a particular product or citizens of a particular country and try to understand why they do what they do. And I did another year on venture capital. And coming out of that experience, I felt, hey, I don't really actually know. Why would anyone follow me? If I one day want to be a leader and want to build something and change something in the world, I need to better understand what are my strengths and how can I best use them so that other people feel also energized by the same causes that I feel energized about. So that's the reason I chose GSB, because Graduate School of Business at Stanford really has a big focus on that introspection element and teaching you the types of skill sets that will make you the best leader you can be.
I love that leadership. Charlotte, what's your story that got you to here at Stanford?
Yes, so definitely a lot of what Cengiz shared resonates with me as well. My background is in arts and engineering, and I was working as an engineer in climate before business school, first on Hyperloop technology and then at the Netherlands Aerospace Center on decarbonizing aviation. And in those roles, I noticed that even though I was enjoying the challenge and content of engineering, my brain just always wanted to go one level higher. Why would someone buy this? Aren't we just shifting emissions to another mode of transportation? What would be the policy implications of doing something like this? What policy would have to happen? And I actually discovered that with my engineering background, I wasn't able to answer those questions. And at the same time, similar to Cengiz, I was also thinking a lot about would I want to start a company? Would I want to have a leadership role in a company?
Do you want to start companies?
I do, yeah. Me probably straight out of business school, yeah.
And me down the line.
Okay, so that's what's so interesting, because I mentioned this earlier, when I was in business school, one thing that I noticed about my classmates is that nobody goes to business school for self-discovery, to kind of search for what they want to do. It seems like in order to be successful, you have to know what you want to do as soon as you get out, and you have to have your eye on the prize. So Charlotte, what did you want to do entering, and has that changed? And what are you going to do when you leave?
I think for me, coming in, I was pretty focused on entrepreneurship. And then at the beginning of first year, just so much career options are thrown at you that I think I briefly expanded. But then during the summer, after I was doing my internship, reflecting, I actually became very sure again that I do really want to start a company, and that I'm very excited to just bring something into the world and see whether I can build a team. And that just feels like a really great way to both go for environmental and human impact. Also because people spend so much time at work, actually shaping a culture is something that feels like a very cool and challenging and exciting responsibility to me. And it's something we talk and think a lot about here at Stanford as well.
Cengiz, I want to go back to something you said about why, getting your journey here, and you talked about the importance of leadership and learning leadership skills. When you think about leaders, there's a lot coming at them. Employees are looking at them for direction. There's pressure when it comes to big issues like climate change or wars or globalization. What are the role models that you kind of look up to in the business community?
There are so many. I think one role model that I can look up to is Ray Dalio, for example. And the reason I would choose him is because of the principled nature of his leadership. I think one thing that Stanford Business School has shown me is that what great leaders have is a set of principles that they really care about, but at the same time a flexible mind on allowing yourself to change those principles as you grow and learn more about yourself and more about the world. So that kind of conviction and firm stead kind of conviction into a set of principles, but also willing to flex them and change them as you grow, I think is the type of value set that I aspire to have and look up to.
That was such a good question. I'm going to steal it and send it on over to Charlotte. What about you? Who and what do you look up to?
I think I've really changed my view on leadership since coming to Stanford. I think I came in seeing leaders as just having this one fixed style of leadership, and I've really come to appreciate range in leadership. That's something we work a lot on in the so-called experiential classes here at Stanford, where we will experiment with behaviors and leadership styles and get very direct feedback, action impact focused from our classmates. And what I think about as leadership now is actually having this toolkit, and Stanford has expanded my toolkit really greatly, and basically having this whole range of different behaviors. And to me, like, people who model that very adequately, I'd say, for example, like both of the Obamas show this spectrum between very collaborative, warm leadership, but also being able to set a very firm boundary.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish we could talk more. We wish you good luck. We've got to run, but really great to check in with you. Really appreciate it, and wish you both so much luck going forward. Cengiz and Charlotte, thank you so much.
Let's get to world and national news.